What's up, guys? It's Ian here, and I don't know about you guys, but I am pumped up for 2019. I'm inspired, I'm motivated, and I'm excited to crush it just like all of you are this year. But I wanted to make this video for you guys just because, for two reasons. One of which, I plan on making a series of videos from here that's going to illustrate, my process of starting with Amazon FBA, some of the things that I've dealt with, some of the fears that I've had, some of the hesitations that I've had, mistakes, wins along the way, just so you guys can have just a platform to go to from, coming from a dude who's totally average, has zero e-com experience, has a normal day job, and is just starting from scratch, just like many of you maybe are at this point. But I had a unique way of getting into this space, to begin with. To give you guys a quick background on myself, I run a financial business here in Orange County, California. 27 years old, and I came into this business because of a series of events that happened to me earlier this year in August. I was involved in 2 different car accidents, which put me out on bed rest for about a week. I had a back injury, and during that week, sitting on the computer watching Netflix, came across Shopify, Amazon, drop shipping, all of this stuff. And I had been thinking about starting a side hustle for a long time, but just didn't really know what I should do, what I should get into, where my passions lie, and was just always scared to get started, just because there are some unknown factors there. So I first heard about Kevin David through just the YouTube videos. I had some friends that were in the space also, which I did find out about later, who were also crushing it and doing really well. And so some of those guys also turned me on to Kevin David to start watching some of his videos. And when I started in September, I just started watching the free stuff. And to be honest, got a ton of value out of it. And a lot of the people that I've met, in the Amazon FBA business since then, a lot of them have told me that, hey, they started out watching the free stuff. They got a lot of what they needed from the free videos, not only Kevin David's videos, but some of the other ones as well. There's a lot of really good content out there if you look for it. But the reason why I liked Kevin David's videos is because I just felt like I related to the guy. Just because, he had a background in finance. I have a background in finance in a sense. I know he was in working in tax, but same thing in a sense. But I just related with the guy, similar age range. He lives not too far from me down in Southern California here, and just felt like someone that I could really relate to. And what I found from him, what differentiated him from some of the other competitors out there, is that he went over and above what some of the other YouTubers out there were doing. He provided value. He provided cheat sheets. He provided Excel documents. He provided all these other things that were just helpful in just starting a business, templates and all these things. And so I figured, well, if this guy's producing all this free content, there's got to be a reason why he has a course for the price that he has it at. And so there's got to be some hidden gems in there. There's got to be a reason why the Facebook group is so large and why he's helped so many thousands of students. There's a reason why. And so, but then again, I was just hesitant to get into it. I was like, is this a bunch of BS, or is this am I just getting marketed to, and am I buying into this Kool-Aid, or is this actually the real deal? Honestly, that's what I thought the whole time. Until I talked to my friend, and my friend went through the course, and he was like, dude, you know what? He's like, I sucked it up, and I paid the $1,000 for the course, knowing that I could back out of it. So what's cool about it too is that there is, you can get out of the course. So if you start a couple modules and you realize, hey, this isn't for me, you can just email them and they'll just send you the money right back. Within, I believe it's within the first couple weeks you can get the money back. So there's not really any risk associated with just trying it out. And so he was like, dude, I just did it knowing that I'll probably just send the money back. I'll probably just cancel it, send the money back. And so he was explaining to me, through his process and going through the course. And keep in mind, this guy had already launched a couple products before starting his course. But those products, some of them were mediocre, some of them were good, but he's just like, I feel like I'm just not getting something. There's something out there that I'm just missing. And so he tried the course and told me, he's like, dude, honestly, he's like, I've tried the other courses. he's like, this one is the most robust and comprehensive compared to some of the others, in the way of helping you with shipping. There is a lot of stuff in there from a shipping perspective, supplier perspective, that was extremely helpful and relevant to him. And I was just like, okay, stop right there. This is a load of crap. I'm like, prove it to me with the results, and then I might listen to what you have to say. So sure enough, a couple weeks later, he launched his third product and made $25,000 his first month. And I'm like, okay, this is enough. Let's give this thing a go. And I'm so freaking glad that I waited to buy the course, because I was actually going to buy it. To myself, I was like, all right, I'm going to give myself a month. I'm going to save a little bit of money. I'm going to put some money aside, and I'm just going to start the course, because he said, well, hey, if you don't want to do it, you can get your money back anyway. So I was like, I've already been saving for it. And so I was like, dude, I'm going to start the course. And he's like, I'm glad that you waited. I'm glad that you called me. He's like, because I have a discount. So I'm like, dude, no way. So he gave me a discount. It was 25% off a $1,000 course, or it's $997, but 25% off on a $1,000 course is $250 off. So, you know, it goes from $1,000 to $750 at that point. And I'm like, all right, that's doable. And so I get into the course for $750. I start doing it. And what I soon started to realize, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute here, we're actually going to hop into the course and go through some of the modules just so you guys can see what's on the inside. But what I found from starting going through those modules, I'm like, okay, there's some good nugs in here that definitely were not on the YouTube channel. And the pieces that I found the most relevant and helpful that weren't on YouTube, because the product research stuff, a lot of that stuff, I would say is you can get a lot of the sufficient information on YouTube, just to be honest. The pieces that were very helpful and relevant to me were the shipping, was a shipping model that my friend told me about. It actually was the most helpful model, or module I should say, because he provides you with this template on how to, and he also talks to you about how to negotiate with suppliers. He talks to you about a freight forwarding service that has been a game changer and has smoothed out, you know, his process and my process. He also talks about just things that you want to look out for that aren't shared within in the YouTube videos that were really helpful. So there's a lot of really good nugs in there that we'll go over and I'll show you guys too. But secondly, another really great additive a really great add to the video was the whole PPC and advertising side of things. So in terms of launching your products and once you get your products fulfilled by Amazon, you start to launch them. There are some insane tactics that he teaches you with PPC campaigns and the keyword, optimizing your listings with different keywords. There were so many nugs in there that I hadn't heard on any other platform before, and my buddy implemented those things, and they were just killing it. And he was killing, his listings were killing it. And so those were a couple really helpful and relevant pieces there. Was the PPC, the back-end keyword things, optimizing your listings. A lot of that stuff was helpful. In addition to all that too, since he is very proficient at Shopify, ClickFunnels, and Facebook ads, he also has these different models that talk about how you can integrate Facebook and Shopify to help driving more traffic to your Amazon listings to really blow up your organic sales traffic. So some of those other pieces too were just game changers. They were so helpful. And not only is those couple modules helpful, but you get access to the private black belt group. He does have a free group, a ninja group on Facebook. I think anybody can join it. But then there's another tier to that, and that's the black belt ninja group. And that's a private group for only the course, the people that have taken the course and paid the money. And that's a fantastic value add, because now you're in a group of people who are all like-minded, just like you, who have all spent the money, invested in themselves just like you, and who are most likely, you know, in it to win it, right, at the end of the day. And I believe in this principle because it's worked for me in the past. In my financial business, I'm always surrounding myself with network and trying to network myself with high income earners, people that are where I want to go. So it's the same dynamic with this. If you're going to start a business, you got to invest in yourself, you got to invest the time, and you got to be around the people that are like yourself, who also have a similar mentality and mindset. It's the same thing as how when my mom, you know, when I was growing up, my mom was always hesitant about who I was hanging out with, because your behaviors are oftentimes associated by association, right? Who you hang around with. Hang out with the bad crowd, probably going to start doing bad stuff and doing the things that they're doing. But if you hang out with a good crowd, chances are that are doing better than you, you're going to get to their level just by, by association. And so I applied that model to this business when starting out. And I can't tell you what it's gotten me at this point. I'm in mastermind groups now. I'm working with a coach. So I'm all in. I'm all in, but I'm getting immense value and just going all in all at once. And so that's why the Facebook group really helped stimulate that process. But what I did want to provide for you guys, and also why I wanted to do this video today, is just like what my friend did to me. I wanted to give back to all of you, so that all of you guys are out there that are just hesitant on spending the money and saying, the $1,000 is a lot. Plus, I got to save money for my products. Plus, I got to save money for my product research tools. There's a lot of stuff that you got to account for. And if you guys are just on the fence about it, from somebody who was also on the fence too, who dove in, you guys just freaking do it. Okay, you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, why I didn't do it, or why didn't I do this? At the end of the day, because by not doing a course, or not even Kevin Davis, but if you don't do any course at all and you just rely on the free content, chances are you're gonna make mistakes, and those mistakes are gonna cost you money, and those mistakes that are gonna cost you money are probably gonna be higher than what you would have paid for the course anyway. So just do yourself a favor, be proactive. Get some front-end insight as to what it's going to take to be successful, to do this most efficiently, and get the course. Okay? Because what happened is when I got the course for $750, you'll also notice in the course too how you're going to need to get Jungle Scout, you're going to need to get Viral Launch, you're going to need to subscribe Helium 10, Zon Keywords. You're going to need to subscribe to some of these other research tools to help you with your business. But when you get into the course, what I found too is he recommends a tool called Zon Keywords. And Zon Keywords is a search tool for keywords, for reverse ASINs, to find different keywords to help optimize your listings. So this Zon Keywords platform helps you with all the other things not associated to a normal research tool like a Jungle Scout or Viral Launch. Those things are going to help you with the product research stuff. The Zon Keywords is going to help you with all of the other things that you don't get with those tools. So, but in his course, you're going to need to get that, or you're going to get some form of that Zon Keywords platform just to help with your listings. But in the course, he recommends you get it. And what I found out is that the VIP platform for the Zon Keyword plan costs $250. So what do you know? $750 for the course, $250 for the Zon Keyword subscription. Now I'm all in for $1,000. And remember, when I first started, I was like, I gotta save my $1,000. So I was already saving the $1,000, preparing for the course, but now I basically got 2 for 1 with the discount. So I got the course plus the Zon Keyword subscription, and then just had to buy Jungle Scout, which was cheap. So for all of those 2 things, I was able to get started. So I'm going to provide some links below in the video in the description for you guys to be able to utilize the discounts to help you guys start yourselves. But now we're going to hop into the actual course, and I'm going to show you guys what's inside. All right, guys, we're back, and we're inside the course. This is what it looks like. I was always curious to know what these courses look like on the inside, so here it is. So module 1 here is the product research module. Like I was saying before, a lot of this stuff in product research you can get from other videos. I mean, there's some good nuggets in here and some good pieces. Especially down at the bottom here. But I would say that the most helpful thing for me on this tab was just learning about the things that you need to do on the front end to really start your business, which is getting your EIN number, which is basically your employer identification number. You need to get an LLC set up, or a limited liability company. And then also he'd also discuss is trademarks and patents and how to search for products that may have trademarks or patents, so to do your due diligence before you even invest money. So what that process actually looks like. And he provides some really good, where was the link? So it's right here. So really good, a couple links here to help get your LLC started. He also talks about how there's different states that are more advantageous from a tax perspective where you'd want to have your LLC. So a lot of that stuff some of you may or may not know on the front end, but was really helpful for me to know, especially as I started to get into some of this stuff. So a lot of the whole trademark LLC stuff, you want to do more on the front end. I would say the trademark patent side of things maybe isn't as urgent to do unless you have a you have a patented product that's proprietary that you're going to come to market with that you need to have. But if you don't have any proprietary product that you're already working with and you're going to be buying stuff from Alibaba, I would say maybe wait for the first run or two of your products to see how they actually go before you can go about going through with the trademark and whatnot. Some people that I know have done the research before even started, and so they got their trademark way in advance. So when they started, they hit the ground running with a trademark brand. But for most people out there, I wouldn't say that you need to get a trademark right away. But like I said, a lot of that stuff was helpful to know. He also discusses, is it beneficial to borrow or not to borrow, right? And for me, as maybe many of you have the same concern as to maybe some of your fears in getting started in this business is just how much money you're going to need, right? And I'll tell you right now, since having gone through it on the front end, is you're going to need way more money than you expect because there's tariffs, there's shipping costs, there's freight forwarding costs, a lot of logistical costs that are also built in there, which he doesn't necessarily talk about as much in here. So like the whole tariff thing and needing special certifications for specific products that you're going to sell, I had to find out on my own, but which I would have liked to know in this course ahead of time. But to get back to what I was saying is that there's going to be some additional costs associated with starting up that you're going to want to know, and you're going to want to know your finances before you really start investing a lot of money. I had some of this knowledge going into it just from my financial background, but if you guys don't have a financial background, I would say this is helpful to look into if you're not if you're not as well versed in that area. Secondly, like I was saying before, the module 2, the suppliers and shipping model, that was really helpful for me, especially because this was actually my biggest fear getting into this business was, okay, it sounds like a great business model, but actually how am I going to logistically, talk to these manufacturers in China? They don't speak my language. How am I logistically going to get products made there the way I want to, sent to the port, shipped or flown overseas, going through customs, into the Amazon warehouse? Like, how does all of this logistically actually work? And he does a great job explaining that through here. And there's a great manufacturer's template that you use when you're starting to negotiate and talk with suppliers that really gave me a leg up and was allowing me to negotiate a lower price, for 2 of my products that I was going to launch with. So, because the lower you can get your price point on the products that you start with, that's just extra money to go into your profit margin to help with advertising costs, or going to do more money back into your pocket. So this was really helpful for me. And maybe for you too, if you guys don't have as much experience in manufacturing and shipping and such. The other piece here, Model 3, so listing optimization, he does a really good job of going through this. I found this helpful. There's obviously some mistakes that you can avoid that he talks about, but this was cool because he actually shows you a few of his products here that he actually started out with, so you can see what he did. But he actually helps you build a listing from scratch. And I tried watching one of these videos on YouTube before doing this, and I can't even tell you how many extra pieces of information I got through this video that were not told in the YouTube videos. And it's for a reason, right? Because you pay a cost to get some of this other information that he has. And so this was a game changer for me because I had no idea how this worked, the back end side of things. So that really, really helped dumb it down for me. And lastly here in the course, so Module 4 was product and launch strategies, which is helpful. How to use coupons, how to collect customer emails, to help solicit future products that you're going to sell underneath your brand name, right? Module 5 though, this one was helpful for me because for me, I have a long-term intent of building a large brand in this business. I have a long-term focus, and so learning about how how PPC, how ClickFunnels, Facebook, Instagram, all of this other stuff can integrate together and cohesively to help drive traffic to your Amazon listing, to get more organic traffic through those other mediums. And Amazon is going to see that, and they're going to index and rank your product because of these other outside ways that you're getting traffic for your product versus just trying to get organic traffic through Amazon. So if you're looking to build a brand and you're looking for, you have a long-term focus, this was a game changer. And he also down here, there's some additional bonus modules here where he actually provides you with the templated ad that you can use for Facebook, right? So he actually gives you the ads and all of the material that you need to start creating Facebook ads, Shopify courses, all that stuff. Whereas some of the other courses you have to kind of go and you have to figure out how to do it on your own, right? And like I was saying earlier, you just want to model after, why reinvent the wheel? Why not model after somebody that has done it successfully, knows it works? So I use a lot of his templates too, with help creating my advertising campaign. So this is just a quick insight into the course here. There are some bonus stuff for some student Q&A modules that you can listen into to see what other questions students had. I listened to, that was helpful. But one of my gripes about this course, to be honest, was just the order that it went in. So if you learn by just going step by step by step all the way down A to Z, it's not as intuitive as it sounds. So I found myself jumping around a lot. So things in Model 1, stuff in Model 1 I learned, I wish I would have learned in Model 3 because I implemented things in Model 1, and then after I listened to Model 3, I had to go back and change things. So I ended up having to flip-flop a lot, going back, watching old videos, then going back and applying it. So that's one of the gripes that I had about it. And there's some information, that I feel like is left out a little bit that you have to find on your own, figure out on your own, in terms of just like one thing that specifically that I was talking about earlier was the tariffs. So getting the right certification for the products that you're going to sell, and then also knowing what your, any fees related to customs and tariffs and things like that, you want to know too. Because what I didn't expect was the high shipping costs that I was going to have and some of the fees associated with getting my products to US. So those are some things that I wish I would have known through this course that he didn't provide. They kind of make it sound like you could start with $5 or $6 grand, launch 3 or 4 different products with that amount of money. But it's really not that feasible if you're launching that many products with that budget, because especially if you're starting with a decent amount of units, you got to pay for shipping, and you got to pay for some of these one-time startup costs that you don't really know about until you start doing it. So that's what I'm also going to talk about in the next videos that I'm going to have here on my channel, is some of the things that aren't disclosed in the course, some of the things that I've went through on my own that I wish I would have known. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, just to see the inside of this thing, to see all the different modules. I'll quickly scroll through what they are just so you can get a quick gander at that. But all in all, you guys, this was a completely good value for the money. And like I said, I'm going to provide some links below in the description for the 25% off on the course. I'll provide the Zon Keywords link as well, the Page Oneify link. If you guys have any other questions, comments, please provide them below. I'm always happy to give back and answer any questions that you guys had, because I was right in your guys' shoes not too long ago, and I know that I had a bunch of questions starting out. So this is my first YouTube video. Hope you guys liked it, and I'm signing out, and look forward to seeing you guys next time.